Who you're seeing, what you're doing in your own personal life is of no concern of them. Do not give them an ounce of your energy and engage in that conversation. You keep it directly about the kids, and that is it. Textbook.
Right. So even though they may try to pry, you keep that conversation strictly on the kids, as you saw she did in that video.
The contents on this channel are for learning, insight, and introspection.
Hey YouTube, you have made your way back to Mind Your Mind with Just Justified. So you saw the thumbnail. Let's jump right in. So co-parenting is not about you. Let's go. So I want to start first by saying, like, many times, when we hear about co-parenting, we hear about the nightmares associated with it. Of course, it is not the ideal situation for those who are going to be in a comment, basically saying that I'm promoting, different type of things in a sense. But when it comes to co-parenting, of course, we know the healthiest ideal situation is a healthy two-parent household. But of course, we all know things happen and it does not always go the way you want it to go. So with that being said, there are healthy approaches versus unhealthy ways to approach how you move forward. So this first video shows how to handle conversations with a co-parent who does not respect boundaries.
I want to see my kids on Saturday. I'm their father, so don't try to play games with me and keep me from my kids.
What time do you want to pick them up? How long do you want them for?
It'll just be for a few hours. There's a new go-kart spot that opened up, and I want to take them.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
So you don't got to worry. You go ahead and plan a date with your little boyfriend or whatever.
I'll see you Saturday at 11.
Wow. So you're not even going to deny it. You hoeing around already. I knew it. Pointing your kids off so you can go bang your boyfriend.
You asked to see the kids. I said yes. It's really that simple.
You always been a liar anyway. Just admit that you're seeing somebody. I already know it's true, so just admit it.
Okay, so this conversation is now over because it's no longer about the kids.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly how you handle talking to a bitter co-parent. Who you're seeing, what you're doing in your own personal life is of no concern of them. Do not give them an ounce of your energy and engage in that conversation. You keep it directly about the kids, and that is it. Textbook.
Right. So even though they may try to pry, you keep that conversation strictly on the kids, as you saw she did in that video. And there are those, though, who bash the other parent and not understand the ramifications they are creating. Here's what this man said, what he had to say when it comes to that, when he co-parents.
Always have, because I co-parent with my sons. I have two sons, and I co-parent with their mothers. And one thing I made a promise to myself is that my sons will never want to hear me bash their mother out of my own mouth. I don't ever want my sons to think that it's okay for a man to talk down about a woman. So me and their moms, we have a good relationship, there's nothing wrong, but it is not going to hear me bash their mother. It's because they're not making it okay for them to bash other women. Because my senior pastor said something that really blessed me. He said, what you do in moderation, kids assume that they could do it in abundance. So I don't want my kids to think that, well, I watched dad talk down about mom, and I could talk down about everyone. I want to see the good in everyone. I'm going to tell my sons how to honor their mom, even if I can't love their mom. and be in a relationship with them, I can honor them. I think that's where a lot of co-parenting, a lot of relationships go wrong, is that a lot of parents just overshare. They overshare and they treat their child as if they're a friend. Well, that's your child. And you're called to teach them the way. So make sure you're showing them the right way, because we're held accountable as parents. Now, I don't want the dirt on our hands, so when we get older and when we sit back and we wonder, dang, where'd my child get that from? Got it from you. And that right there should be conviction enough to tell you to stop. If you have a problem with the father or the mother, you walk that through with your friends, you walk that through with your therapist, you walk that through with counselor, but don't ever walk through it with the kids. They don't need to hear that.
So we have to remember, we set the example of how to the children, how to relate with each others on a mature level. It's important to show your child how to relate with others in a healthy way. So here is another video about unhealthy interactions with co-parents.
You are texting your child's other parent, oh, I can't find little Timmy's t-shirt, but you got your little bra on, and be like, is this little Timmy's t-shirt? Baby, that's crossing a boundary. Like, this is all based on boundaries. Like, if we have a business relationship with a person, are we going to FaceTime all the time? Or what we have to say to each other be done in a text or a respect-based
text.
phone call?
Yeah.
It's all about developing a relationship based on respect and boundaries.
Fact.
Respect the fact that your co-parent might be the only person in the world that loves that kid the same, if not more than you. We're not doing late night 11, 12, 2 a.m. phone calls. We're not making sexy romantic innuendos. We're not bringing up what you did in a relationship and how awful of a partner you were. Because what's the point of that now? You're not
Yeah.
together anymore.
Yeah.
So, as you heard, one of the main, or two of the main themes of a successful co-parenting relationship is respect and boundaries. That was the resounding theme in the two previous videos, pretty much. You are no longer together, so those boundaries need to be clear and respected. Also, there was something that I did want to touch when we talk about co-parenting, and that is parental alienation. So these are some things that we have to think about when it comes to parental alienation, because the child needs to be put first. And there are some people who use parental alienation, which can be used against them also in court. That's just a heads up. Here's a video to break it down.
Examples of parental alienation. Parental alienation is when one parent intentionally tries to damage the relationship between the child and the other parent. Examples of this include: number 1, negative talk about the other parent to the child. Number 2, interfering with communication between the child and the other parent. Number 3, undermining the relationship between the child and the other parent. Number 4, making false allegations against the other parent. Number 5, interfering with visitation. Number 6, manipulating the child's feelings. Number 7, rewriting history in your favor. Next, encouraging rejection of the other parent. Next, using alienation tactics through social media. And lastly, using the child as a messenger or a spy.
So, bitter baby mamas, bitter baby daddies, keep those things in mind. Just in case you didn't know you were using parental alienation, these are some explanations of what it is. So let's get it together. Put that child first. Because I've noticed too many people move selfishly when dealing with children after the demise of a relationship, when it should be solely creating a healthy environment for the child. I never said you will not have your emotions to deal with, but for the child's sake, they need to experience stability. So if you need to see a therapist, do that, but do not cause extra trauma on the child. because because when you do that, you are choosing to be selfish. Here is a lovely video that I came across after a co-parent exchange. And actually, this is the video that kind of encouraged this co-parenting video, because I thought it was so beautiful what I saw and how the things that they established. So it's actually like a advertisement, but based on, like, that was a real situation, but with that it was talking about her. Just watch. It was a really nice interaction.
His dad's house, and he always brings this bag, which has all his stuff. Okay, let's unpack it together. What's inside, Emil?
A present for you.
A present for me? So, my son's dad helped my son get a present for me for my birthday, which was really nice. That's really nice, buddy. Let's see what else is in here.
Pika!
Your Pikachu, of course. Mail, my mail, schoolwork, your shoes, and of course, your journal. So this is what we get back, and we share stuff that goes on between houses. I didn't want to share everything, keep some stuff private. Emil's dad writes in some stuff that happened at their house. It's so cute. They wrote, they called me for my birthday, and then you filled this out, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? You had a good couple days?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then we're going to fill it out for...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay. How are you doing?
Good.
Yeah? So that's it. This is why we love having a family journal. It just helps everyone keep in touch. I know that Emil had a really great past few days. He was happy. And now I can open my birthday present. Bye.
See, I thought that was so lovely. You know, you can see that the child had like an easy transition from one parent's house to the other. And of course, that journal tops the cake for me, because to me, it's like, even though you're away, you're able to kind of connect and share with the other parent, and that child feels more secure with that connection, as well as even the gift that the father helped him pick out for his mother for her birthday. That, in itself will kind of show that child that even though you're not together, you still, you know, consider the other person, and, encourage that bond between, like, that he can have with the parent, and you're encouraging it. It's not like a petty back and forth. I just thought it was a lovely idea, so sometimes, as I said, we have to work to make the healthiest choices when it comes to our children. Let's keep our eyes on the bigger picture and invest in our future, in their future. So put the pettiness away, put the selfishness away, put the bitterness away. Yes, you can grieve in your own time, but when it comes to that child and how they relate, and how you relate with that child, and concerning the parent, you need to come as on the same page as possible. I know there are other situations, whereas in, with bitter co-parents and all that come into play, and but within your will, within your just basically try as much as you can to make the healthiest environment for that child. Okay, it's not the most ideal case. Remember, it's not like, raising a child as a single parent is not ideal, but it all comes down to, if things do come to a demise, you're making the best choices out of it all as much as possible. So I do have a mindful moment quote for us today. So the mindful moment quote for us today is from was said by Ramendra. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the name right, but Ramendra Kumar. And the quote says, "The relationship between a child and their parent is built on little moments, not on the edifices of deeds and duties." I'll repeat that again. It says, the relationship between a child and their parent is built on little moments, not on the edifices of deeds and duties. So let's continue to look at what matters. So just remember, you either control your mind or your mind will control you. So let's mind our mind, take care of them babies. All right. So until the next time, I will see ya.